So my name is Bobby Jo Shockley, and I am the Development Director for Lighthouse Northwest. And that means that I am in charge of fundraising, organizing fundraising, and community engagement, and program development. I work on that too.
My name is Cindy Corsilles, and I am the Senior Assistant City Attorney for the city. I'm also the Supervising Attorney for the Criminal Division of the Legal Department.
Domestic abuse is a learned pattern of behavior that is used to maintain and gain power and control over an intimate partner or a family member. And there are multiple types of abuse. There's psychological abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, spiritual abuse, sexual abuse, financial abuse. Anyone can be a victim of domestic abuse. 1 in 3 women will experience domestic abuse, and that's regardless of socioeconomic status. That's regardless of race, education, religion. It's 1 in 3 of the people who are watching this. It's 1 in 3 in your neighborhood. It's 1 in 3 at your workplace. 1 in 3. Abuse is a cycle, and it can be really challenging to even recognize abuse, because if we don't know it's a cycle, it just seems like, oh well, it's getting better. They're sorry, it's fine, there's some peace. But if this cycle that I'm gonna talk about here, if this seems like, oh, I can relate to that, then you're in an abusive relationship. So the first stage of the cycle of abuse is this tension building stage. And tension increases, there's a breakdown of communication, and the victim becomes fearful and feels the need to kind of make everything okay, to placate the abuser. This is when it kind of feels like, oh, I'm gonna walk on eggshells, and I'm really gonna read the room and see what do I need to do to stay safe. The second stage is the incident. And so this is where the abuse occurs. So that could be verbal, emotional, physical. Then the next stage, the third stage, is reconciliation. And this is where the abuser's like, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will never do that again. I don't know what got into me. Or the abuser might say, well, that's your fault. If you just would have, fill in the blank. And then the fourth stage is calm. And this is where the incident that happened it's forgotten. No abuse is taking place. And so we call this also the honeymoon phase, because this is the time where it feels like they're changing. This time is gonna be different.
The most common way, I should say, is that they come to us by referral from the SeaTac police. In these situations, a crime or a situation of 911 was called, and the police came, investigated, and we then review police reports that that involve domestic violence. If the prosecutors decide that the case is a case that we will be prosecuting, then the prosecutors and the victim advocate reach out to the victim, and we inform them of what's going to happen next. And so typically the victim advocate, Brigida, she does that. She safety plans with them first and foremost to make sure that the crisis is over. We let them know what happened in court. If the judge ordered a protective order, or we also call that a no contact order, we tell them that this is what it means, what are the legal repercussions of a no contact order, what are their rights under this order, and what can they do if an order that was issued by the judge was violated because of an incident that just occurred. Anybody has the right to seek help. If they're in crisis, they should call 911 and just ask for help right away. If they're not in crisis, in other words, maybe an incident and abuse happened to them and they don't call for it until the next day, they should still call 911. They can say it's a non-emergency, I'm in a safe place right now, so please, send the police officers when you get here. But I do want to report an incident that happened. Nobody has any right to abuse another person. And so, conversely, everybody has a right to seek help. I want anyone who is watching to be rest assured that we don't look at you as a case number. We don't look at you as an incident report. We look at them as a person who is needing to be safe, someone who needs to be safe and who needs help. But we just won't turn anybody away, especially if there's a report of domestic violence and they need to be safe. They need a place to be.
I want to say to anyone in an abusive relationship right now, I believe you. And what has happened or is happening is not okay. And there is hope, and there are people who want to help you and help you have resources and help you have a safe, supportive community. There's hope. You have a team of people who are with you, but you just don't know it yet.